Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. And outside today, outside the burnt shell of Jarrett's home, is me, Tyler.
And me, Jarrett.
Me, Ethan.
And if you don't get that reference, go listen to the Paladin episode in full, and then you'll get it. So today, we're going to continue our onslaught of D&D changes, and we're going to go with Ranger, the, some say, worst class in tabletop.
It's pretty close.
It's pretty, like, unanimously
Shitty.
Well, it's the
decreed.
It's the worst martial class.
Yeah.
We'll say that.
Oh, you see a lot of references
the worst
to like
martial
tabletop
class.
of like
Still worse than Sorcerer.
Sorcerer's functional, but it's completely worthless compared to the others. So
Yeah, but you have magic, so therefore...
Ranger is still mildly functional if you pick the right subclass and weapon.
Yeah, see, that's a problem.
I see a lot of things that are like, oh, the paladin at level 20 grows wings and becomes basically an angel, and the druid at level 20 can become an infinite number of creatures. And I'm a ranger, so I fire my bow.
Mm-hmm.
You get nothing.
Yeah, basically.
I don't think they have a cap.
They do. It's like you get to add your wisdom damage, your wisdom modifier, your damage for an attack or something like that.
Yeah, it's a big whoop to do.
Fucking...
Woo.
It's not good.
Like garbage.
Add an extra 5.
Yeah.
It's almost as bad as Bard's cap, though. Bard is really disappointing.
A lot of them have bad caps.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Monk has
Sorcerer-
bad.
Yeah, Monk, Sorcerer, they both have bad.
Bard has a bad cap.
Yeah.
But Bard is good before that. So it's sort of fine, but it's not like I get to grow wings and fly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we've talked about. If you're getting to level 20 at that point, there's a lot of shit going on anyway.
Nothing matters anymore.
Yeah.
It's like, whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
The rules are made up and the points don't matter.
Yeah.
So first up is me. Ranger changes from 5e to Baldur's Gate 3. Bullet point. Bold underline. Favorite enemy. I can't do this the whole time. Favorite enemy is a set of unique passive features rather than the wisdom saving throw.
Advantage.
Is that the whole thing that it goes all along with it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Advantage against and language learning of the enemy.
That's how Word document makers work. Whenever you get to the end of the line, it circles back to the front.
I know that, but it's the capital A in advantage that threw me off.
Wisdom saving throw advantage.
Yeah. But it made it look, because of just the where it fell, made it look like it was a different one.
Yeah. Well, favorite enemy is kind of poop in 5e.
Yeah.
No matter what iteration of Ranger you're using.
Yeah.
It's kind of garbage. There's one that's like okay. I think it's the latest one, was like a replacement for...
That's favorite foe. But
That's favorite foe.
The best one was this wasn't even favorite, it was favorite terrain. But the one where you got advantage on anywhere not in the city. The revised Ranger one.
It was way too much.
They overtuned that a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This one was a complete change from any of those where like you have like a choice between 5 options depending on it. Think of it like the druid like thing where you based on where it is that you are rangering. I mean, you basically should have by your backstory a specific one of these, but you get to pick whatever it is.
Oh, okay. So that favorite enemy then gives you...
Yeah, you pick one of these 5 choices, and it gives you extra shit.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
And these are really good buffs.
Yeah.
Really excellent buffs.
So now we'll talk about those buffs. And it's Jarrett.
First one, Bounty Hunter. Gain proficiency in investigation. Creatures you hit with Ensnaring Strike have disadvantage on their saving throw.
That's good.
Can we read all 5 of them?
No.
Okay.
I don't know why I rolled. You're up.
Keeper of the Veil. You specialize in hunting creatures from other planes of existence. You gain proficiency in Arcana and can grant protection against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead.
Is this
It's essentially like protection spell.
perfection from good and evil? Or
Sort of, except for it is just protection.
wider.
It's a little bit wider because I think it includes
aberrations
aberrations
and elementals, probably.
and elementals. I believe the original one just says celestials, fae, fiends, and undead.
I think so. I don't know.
This one includes aberrations and elementals. But I don't see why you would need proficiency on Arcana. That's the only thing I don't like about these is each one of these is some sort of intelligence skill. And as a ranger, if you're taking intelligence, you've done something wrong with your skill line.
It looks like it is protection from evil and good
Yeah.
on the wiki.
But it's just permanent. But you can grant protection. But it doesn't. But in Baldur's Gate, I don't think it says protection from good and evil. I think it just says.
Well, so the way it says, here's how it reads on the wiki. You specialize in hunting creatures from other planes of existence. You gain proficiency in Arcana, and can grant protection against aberrations, celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead, which is exactly how you have it wrote down there. And then
That's because I got it from the game.
Well, right on the side, it says Arcana proficiency. It's got like 3 bullet points. The next bullet point is protection from good and evil, and then there it's like
So it's just called that.
yeah, and then it's
skill,
put over
it's-
some, and it's once per long rest or it recharges per long.
So
rest.
like it's a free casting of it.
Yeah,
That should really be a short rest spell, to be honest.
yeah. I can agree with that. And then
Wait, is protection from good and evil one of those ones that lasts all day and you can keep recasting it?
Well, probably.
Yeah.
I had to
it's
look.
concentration.
How long does it last?
It doesn't have a duration until long rest.
Okay.
So as long as you hold concentration,
Yeah.
you're good.
You could put it on anybody, but I'm assuming it removes it from somebody if you put it on somebody else.
I would assume.
I haven't checked it yet.
Probably.
Well, you can only cast it once anyway per long rest. So,
Yeah.
or with this one. Ethan, you're up on Magebreaker too.
Magebreaker is you have a history of battling spellcasters, gain proficiency with Arcana, and the True Strike spell, which gives you advantage on attack rolls against creatures. Wisdom is your spellcasting ability for this spell.
Yep. I mean, that's good to take.
It
never hurts
okay,
to have
but
True Strike.
True Strike is not a great spell.
It's better in Baldur's Gate because it lasts
better.
2 turns.
Yes, it's better. And it's every attack on those 2 turns.
Yeah.
Not just the first attack.
Yeah.
So it's okay, but it's still like you have to waste your action to do it.
Yeah. Which sucks. And then it's me. Ranger Knight. You have sworn to serve a crown or nation and seek to bring its foes to ruin. Gain proficiency with history and proficiency with heavy armor. Which the way that reads just seems like a weird choice.
The proficiency with heavy armor is good.
Yeah, that makes sense to me. That
Especially
part,
if you're going to be playing
history?
a melee ranger,
Yeah.
which is super good with like the hunter. So it's pretty good.
Got it.
But it is a strange choice if you're going to be like an archer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Jarrett, you're up.
A sanctified stalker, you swore to hunt the enemies of a holy order or druidic order. You gain proficiency with religion and the sacred flame cantrip, which deals a d8 of radiant damage. Wisdom is your spell casting ability modifier for this cantrip. I feel like it should be a choice between religion or nature.
I think so.
Yeah.
Just based on the way the description
It
reads.
was like, you can either be druid or
Holy.
holy.
Just saying.
Which works
That's
because
fine.
they're both intellect skills, just like the rest of them.
But, as we all know, Sacred Flame does never works, never hits, never. Ever.
The
it is
only
rare.
benefit
It
to
is
it,
a wasted action with Shadowheart every time.
Yeah.
part of that's shadow.
the only
Nope, it's just even if you max out your spellcasting modifier,
the only
everybody's fucking
benefit to that
safe.
is if they are behind cover of some sort. You can still hit them with it.
I
Possibly.
used it.
Maybe
Possibly.
theoretically you could hit him with it.
On a ranger, all of your ranged attacks should be with some sort of ranged weapon.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get more damage out of it than a D8.
Yeah. Ideally.
Yeah.
And then next up is Natural Explorer. And Jarrett, read that one.
Natural Explorer is a set of unique passive features rather than uninhibited terrain movement and wisdom intelligence proficiency check doubling. You may read all three of these.
No, you're good. We'll keep.
Note that this is the next thing. That was the Sanctified Stalker was the end of the favorite enemy
That was the last
selection. This is on to the next change that they made to the class of Ranger in general.
which is another, right? You get to pick one of these?
Yes.
Or you get all three? You get one?
one.
Okay, so it's another set of options and choices you get to take.
I only have 3 listings,
And you get
but there are actually 5.
It's just one of them is the same, but for 3 different.
3 different
Options.
elemental.
Cold,
Yeah.
fire, and poison.
Yeah.
Which we should mention both of these you get at first level.
Yeah.
Whenever you dip into Ranger.
So there's a nice little bit of like
little power
customization / option.
A little bit of a power bump too.
Yeah.
There with some of them. Yeah.
All right, so I got Beast Tamer, which is one of the options, and you can cast Find Familiar as a ritual. And then Ethan, you're up.
Okay. We got Urban Tracker.
Nope.
What's it?
Traker.
Tracker.
Oh, he wrote. Yeah, you did right.
I made a spelling thing.
How dare word?
Urban Tracker.
It's weird.
You gain sleight of hand proficiency.
Yeah.
Which it's good, especially in a game like Baldur's Gate where you have to use it all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just an easy way to get it.
I would like to note about Beast Tamer is that Find Familiar is a lot better in Baldur's Gate than it is in 5e.
I don't know. It's pretty good in 5e.
It's okay.
If used correctly.
Yeah, but you have a lot more ways you can use it in Baldur's Gate, which you should be able to. I don't know why they ever did that.
Just adds like a extra thing to the fucking bar.
Options to hit.
Well, yeah, the bar up top.
Yeah.
Fucking,
Of shit to do.
If you ever seen like the summoner type class that just they have like 50 different minions that they have, it's like, oh my god, I could never play that. I never summon anything
Yeah.
because it just adds time to the fucking combat.
There's a lot of times that I don't even like, because like as I went through and saved Halson from the Grove, he was like, "You want me to come with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, but do I? Because now I have to take care of you too."
See, it's I think that the summoner thing is really good in Baldur's Gate 3.
I'm not saying it's not good. It's for
I thought it was fun.
my personal playstyle. I don't like it because it just takes more time in combat.
But on a tabletop as a DM,
I don't like it. I don't.
No, thank you.
I don't like it in tabletop either.
No, it's so much worse than tabletop because going through the initiative order is garbage.
Yeah.
It's the same reason really for me for both. It's just that it makes combat take forever.
Well, the sleight of hand is nice though, but I would never take either one of those two because the next ones are better.
And the next one is Wasteland Wanderer, cold, fire, or poison. You gain resistance to whichever one you choose. Yeah. So you can choose cold, fire, or poison. Why would you not choose fire? There's so much fire. I mean, I guess if you're
It depends on the campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're saying like in this specific, like you should choose fire unless you're a tiefling, and then you should probably pick poison.
Poison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
There's not a whole lot of cold damage that I remember.
If you're doing
only spells like Cone of Cold.
and
if
I
you
don't
were
even
doing
remember
this-
a lot of people using Cone of Cold.
if we're using these in 5e on the tabletop, and
Then
you're
it's a
playing
bit more.
Rime of the Frost Maiden, you're gonna take cold.
Yeah, and it's more campaign specific.
Yeah.
You're probably still going to take fire because that is the most common damage type. That's
is.
not your mundane.
Well,
3.
and like the majority of the time, I walk through fire because of just something having been lit somewhere by somebody.
yeah,
There's just fire on the ground in Baldur's Gate 3.
and you're like, fucking.
And I'm like, thank God I'm a
Like that
tiefling.
trash in Jarrett's corner. Yeah.
there might be a scroll of invulnerability.
Light.
Jarrett. We don't have to read that.
I want to read.
No, you,
I
you
spelled
want
it
to
wrong.
read it.
Please don't read it.
It says,
I see you missed the shift P.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
You missed or shift U. I'm sorry.
Shift U. Yeah, I missed the control
Or control
before
yeah.
I hit U. Yeah.
it's removed primeval, how do you say it?
Primeval.
Well, the correct way how we would want to say it.
What?
The correct way, primeval.
Yeah.
And then I spelled this
awareness
one wrong. Awareness ooh.
Awareness.
Awareness ooh.
Just right in the middle of an anime. Just.
There's not really a use for primeval awareness to in,
it
in Baldur's Gate.
Goes the way of like divine sense for paladins, where it's like
They should have made it like Divine Sense. It would have made Ranger a lot more viable.
would be like really fucking good.
Yeah. Do like beasts and fae and undead, maybe?
And humanoids.
Humanoids would be good, yeah.
My God, that's just the
Well, that's-
majority of people.
Well,
then
that's what like the original like in second edition you had like
Yeah.
bounty hunter rangers. That was their whole thing was they had
Or-
bonuses against humanoids, only humanoids.
Or each one of your little favorite enemy things gives you a specific type, like bounty hunters, humanoids, keeper of the veils, elementals.
Yeah.
Mage breaker is something. Aberrations, I don't know.
I feel like maybe
Also humanoids, I don't know.
that's what,
fae
weird.
or
Fae,
fiends.
Fae, yeah.
Fae would be good.
Fae or fiends.
Fae or
But like,
fiends, yeah,
just
that would
give
be good.
give each one of them a sip, and then your primeval awareness would be like you get advantage on your chosen favorite enemy type.
Ranger Knight would be undead,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then Sanctified Stalker might be fae.
there you go. Sure,
Yeah,
doesn't really matter what they are.
yeah,
They could have changed. They could change the names or whatever,
yeah.
make them fit better. But
Juice it up a bit.
that would have been how I would.
Sanctified Stalker is dragon. So that one dragon that you can fight if you really want to.
Why is it dragon? That's
No, I'm just. It was
That's
the
what
last,
Ranger Knight should
Ranger
be.
Knight should be dragon.
Dragon.
Yeah,
realistically.
dragon kin.
Yep.
So you can kill
So you
Dragonborn.
get kobolds.
Oh,
Yeah.
kobolds.
Yeah.
Oh,
Kobolds, drakes,
those one time you fight them.
dragonborn.
I guess I haven't got there yet.
Well, you definitely
Maybe I
have.
did.
It's you fight them in the
But we're not talking just Baldur's Gate either. So.
Yeah.
the Githyanki Kretch in the monastery. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's a little side. You go off to the side room. There's a fucking bunch of them in a brewery room.
I have no memory of this.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That's the only time
That's
I know.
a fun place to use
Yeah, 'cause
Call
you-
Lightning.
Call lightning, alchemist fire, fire arrow.
We
You
used
just
I used
explode the
everything.
fucking room.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's literally full of those rum barrels or wine barrels, whatever, and you just shoot one, and the whole fucking room explodes.
Yeah, it's kobolds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Don't remember.
I think
that
it's
in
the
slightest.
only time I remember fighting any.
Yeah, and the whole room explodes. Oh, it's
It's
wonderful.
funny.
I
It's
legitimately don't remember
glorious.
fighting.
They're
any
like,
of this.
They're crazy. They're just like if you walk through there or you stealth in there or something, you're just going by these barrels and you just
yeah.
you just hear
They're all
smoke.
dr- oh,
They're-
yeah, that's
they're,
forget-
they're
they're-
climbed in the barrels and they're just
they're drunk.
drinking brandy.
Yeah, they're drunk.
That's
They're
awesome.
just guzzling brandy.
And then if you go into combat, they shoot the barrels
Yeah.
and kill themselves.
That's
because
so
they're
awesome.
kobolds.
That's so awesome. I don't remember that in the slightest, but
You know what I'm talking about, though? The Kretch, the
yeah, I know
right,
the
yeah.
I know the crash, but I just
The-
don't remember fighting
It's
any
the Temple
kobolds.
to
or-
Lathander.
Yeah, that's the same
Oh,
place
yeah.
you get the blood. It's the same place you get the blood of Lathander.
Yeah, it's before you go down in the Kretch.
Yeah, it's before you go down the Kretch. It's in the
it's up
monastery.
in the
at top.
monastery. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's off the side. You could very easily miss it because
I
I
might have.
don't think you need to go in there.
No, you don't.
I don't think it's like a direct.
very
path
well
there.
might have
Did you
missed
go
it.
up to the roof and find the big nest?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
giant
it's before
eagle.
you go up there.
Yeah, it's literally you go in and it's to the left.
Yeah.
Yep.
Huh.
Do you remember the weird cat things that were allergic to magic?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
It's like right below
it's
that.
below that.
It's right below that. The room below
Yeah.
that. They got all that slurping going on. Yeah. It literally pops up the word slurp, slurp, slurp.
So Jarrett, take us into Ranger. Hunter Ranger.
Hunter Ranger.
This whole episode's Ranger.
Right.
Rangers get both volley and whirlwind attack at level 11 instead of choosing one. Both are AoE attacks instead of selected targets and will damage friendlies.
Good.
That's what we want.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
Is that the only change?
As far as I could find, I think it was. Hunter's honestly not bad.
Hunter's,
It's pretty good, especially if you're picking melee. It's pretty good.
I was going to say it's the best, but it's not the best.
It's not the best.
I forgot what the third one was. I haven't even played anyone. I forgot what it was.
If you're gonna play melee,
It's probably
Ranger
the best
Hunter might
option.
be the best. Yeah.
Yeah.
The second one is not the best at anything, as it always is. And
It
it's-
always is.
it
It
It's
gives
just
you
dog
another
shit.
thing to have in the initiative bar.
yeah, if that's what you're wanting, you go ahead. I guess.
And that one's me. So it's Beastmaster, if you haven't picked up on what we're talking about. You get to summon a companion limited to bear, boar, raven, wolf, spider that have unique stats and abilities. And your companion has its own initiative requiring no command from the ranger to take an action, which is still, I mean, it's still kind of the same as having a command because you're still doing it.
Yeah, but it doesn't cost you.
It doesn't
anything.
cost you a bonus
You can
action
still
to
do
command
shit.
it. Yeah.
It can be swapped out or I guess we didn't ever actually add that. Like, we didn't say that. We gave it its own initiative back whenever I played.
We did.
Beast
We
Rangers that
we
one
just
time.
made it better.
We just made it work
Well, that
better
makes more
because
sense.
it sucked.
Yeah.
That's why I never realized it cost you anything to do
Also,
it.
when you were playing that, like, who had did you have the Griffin?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
That was Corey's.
That was when Corey was doing it.
Yeah,
He didn't know
yeah.
it. But
Yeah.
still, it was great.
Yeah, it's supposed to cost an action
Bonus.
bonus action.
Well, it's an action to... No. It's bonus action. To
yeah, it
command
says
him to
requiring
do it.
no command from the ranger to take. Oh, maybe take an action. I can't remember if it's an action or a bonus action.
I
can't
think it's
remember.
bonus, because that would be a waste to make your beast do something.
Yeah,
for
that's
the whole
why it's
action.
bad.
Yeah. It can be swapped out or resummoned once per short rest at no cost. It also adds your proficiency to their attack, damage, saving throw, and armor class at 5th level instead of 3rd, which kind of sucks. And companions gain additional abilities and increase their ability scores.
That 5th instead of 3rd doesn't actually suck that bad because they get their own stat blocks to start out with, and you're only adding on to their other individual stat blocks. They have their own armor classes, they have their own everything. In the latest edition of Beastmaster
Well, they
for
don't.
5e, it's just a stat block for any companion unit.
So it's just whatever companion you use.
Yeah,
it
as
has
has
the
that
same
same stat block. In this, they have their own stat blocks, own abilities.
It's more. It's like the original version where they have their own stat box.
Yes,
where
it's better than the original too, because in the original one you don't actually add that much into from your own stats. You don't add much into them at all. In the original one, it's garbage. It's
Yeah, the original one is you just get one of them and they just...
hot dog water. It's awful.
So, Ethan, take us into Gloomstalker.
Well, I wanted to say one more thing.
Well,
about
let's say
Beastmaster.
it. Go for it.
I, for the longest time, thought that Beastmaster should have access at some level to having their companion be certain monstrosities, like griffins. Like you had a griffin.
Yeah, owlbears.
Owlbears. Until I had my druid turn into an owlbear and land on a bunch of demons and flatten them. And I was like, well, maybe not then.
Yeah.
But I still think that it would be pretty cool to be able to, like, you can turn into a monstrosity owlbear as a druid. Why not be able to have one as your companion and ride it around?
Yeah.
It'd be really cool.
Well, like in the original Beastmaster, it made it better to be able to have that because you were using their stat blocks and there was no like additions to it. It was just whatever they had is what you had. So that wasn't as bad.
You could flavor it however you wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think in this,
As long
it
as
would
you
be
weren't
cool.
like pulling up something ridiculous
Yeah.
to say, I want this.
Yeah. I still think this would be cool if you could get like griffins and stuff.
Yeah.
So-
Well, it's always cool. Why wouldn't it be cool?
I would allow it.
And go ahead and take us into...
Right. Gloomstalker. This is arguably the best ranger here. So
It's arguably the best in tabletop too, isn't it?
It's not even a question. It's the best in tabletop to me.
it's pretty close. It runs pretty close with was Horizon Walker's the other good one,
I think so.
and Drake Warden are pretty close. They all run really close together. All right, but you get Dread Ambusher. This is just changed up from how it is in 5e. You get initiative bonus is set to 3 instead of your wisdom ability score. I think that's the only change to Dread Ambusher that they made.
Yeah.
Which is a nice change because then you don't have to focus as much on
It's
trying to get your wisdom.
It's actually a little bit of a nerf
Is it?
because if you get
Well, it depends on
it
what
depends. He's right in that you don't have to now focus on
wisdom,
wisdom. You can
Yeah.
kind of dump it or leave it like 10 or 12 or whatever,
But
and still
you-
get the +3. But if you hit a +4 or 5, then you're like
Right.
you're losing on that +1.
Now, what if you had an item that boosted it or something like that?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate has a few items that boost stats like that. So
But this is also very much in line with like a barbarian
yeah,
getting a +3. They're like, nope, you get a plus.
the flat is possibly better, especially early on.
It just makes the math more consistent, I guess.
Yeah. You also get Umbral Sight. You get Superior Dark Vision no matter what other vision abilities you have. In 5e currently, Umbral Sight works this way. You get Dark Vision. If you already have Dark Vision, you get Superior Dark Vision.
You get an extra 30 feet. That's all you
Yeah.
get.
And then if you already have Superior Dark Vision, go.
To go fuck yourself.
No, well, I think if you get superior, you just get an extra 30 feet.
What if you already have an extra 30 feet? You just get an extra 30 feet on top of that?
The way I just read it, the way it reads, it says if you get a dark vision of 60 feet, if you already have dark vision, you get an extra 30 feet of dark vision.
Which is superior.
It's superior,
Yeah.
which it's 90.
And if you already have superior, you get another 30 feet on top of that? Oh, okay.
So it's
Legolas. What are your L5 see? All right. And then
Everything.
You gain access to two always prepared spells. Disguise Self and Misty Step.
yeah. Which there's a change there. It was rope trick,
Yeah.
but that doesn't exist.
No.
I bet Tyler doesn't even know what the fuck rope trick is.
Sure don't.
It's an upgrade, though. Because
you
get
know the
Misty
Looney
Step.
Tunes, pulling a rope just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's basically that you pull a rope.
And then you go into an invisible hole
Yeah.
at the end of the rope.
Yep. It's literally that.
Like
That's
on
all-
Mario, whenever you climb up out of the thing and then you just fuck off. Yeah.
That's literally all it is. So I'll take Misty Step over that.
And you also
Misty
get,
Step's great.
Misty Step's great.
And then you also get Iron Mind, which gives you proficiency with wisdom and intellect saving throws. This was originally where you were able to choose between intellect or charisma if you were already proficient in wisdom only. So you either got proficiency with wisdom saving throws, and if you're already proficient, you could choose between intellect and charisma.
To give you one.
Now you just get wisdom and charisma.
Which means
Wisdom and intelligence.
Yep.
You
So-
never get the charisma.
you have dex, strength, wisdom, and intelligence
Which makes sense because nobody likes a ranger.
as proficiency in saving throws. Yeah, rangers are dex and strength.
I always forget that they're dex and strength.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they're so wisdom focused
they're-
for
yeah.
those spells.
Their casting is wisdom focused.
Yeah, that's why I always think dex and wisdom for whatever reason.
Here's how you remember it. No class gets both or two of the three good saves. They always get a good save and a not good save.
Yeah.
So no class will get dex, wisdom, dex, con, dex, or
Yeah.
wisdom, con, whatever.
This is definitely a lot better than 5e's
Oh, yeah.
ranger. Is it enough?
That if you just like ripped it and pulled it straight there, would it be enough for tabletop?
Yeah. But to make it viable enough to actually play and have fun with. It's
I
going to
would-
be better.
I would add our primeval awareness. That makes it much like divine sense.
The divine sense from Paladin.
Yeah, just
From Baldur's Gate.
just swap it on there and put it on
Yeah.
to give.
Would you keep like the favored
Yeah,
enemy from
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate?
yeah.
Okay.
I like it better. Just giving them more little choices and little minor power buffs, but they're not really that powerful.
There's one thing I will say about Ranger though on tabletop. It's easy to start with.
It's not
It
hard.
is.
It's fighter and ranger, especially like hunter ranger and champion. Those are just the two easiest that if somebody's going to start them, and especially if you're new to spellcasting, even ranger's easy to take a small.
I don't know.
to learn a little
I
bit.
don't know if it's any better archer than a fighter is, but a fighter is just so good at being a martial. It's kind
Yeah.
of hard to beat that. So
It's supposed to be.
Yeah.
The fighter's supposed to be king of martial.
Yeah.
I mean,
Which makes
But-
sense.
I always thought that Ranger, they should definitely have made it more like it's the druid version of Paladin instead of the cleric version of Paladin, with how that Paladin already is.
yeah,
And I just don't think they ever took it far enough.
yeah, they always underpowered it. It's
I don't even know why they would do that.
I don't.
Well, it seems like every time they give you like
No.
a, not friend, but like a summon or like your Beastmaster or Drake Warden, they just never seem like those summons feel weak.
Yeah,
Yeah, which I don't understand because if you go back to like the 90s and early 2000s, like their flagship NPC or their book character was Drizzt Do'Urden, who is a ranger.
Yeah.
Make it cool and don't make him a weird douchebag. Sorry, R.A. Salvatore, but he is.
yeah. You can't live that power fantasy of being a Dritz clone
Yeah.
in 5e
Because
because
it never works.
they're not good. Rangers aren't good.
No, you can't play it. I mean, you might as well play Swashbuckler.
Yeah.
Is what he really is. It's a swashbuckler. Of course, he gets monk later on, which was a stupid move. Why would you do that? Like, if you knew anything about D&D, you wouldn't multi-class swashbuckler into monk. So
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, people make stupid choices all the time, though, in D&D.
Yeah.
I.e. Jamie. E.g. Jamie. Example given.
Yeah. He makes it's entertaining choices though.
Yeah, unless you're in the party with him.
I light a torch.
God damn it. I fucking...
And he's mad. Got him.
Well,
Don't listen to your DMs whenever they tell you things that you can do.
No, always listen. Always
it
listen.
was a good time. I had a good time.
Yeah,
I
because
had
you
a
weren't
good
on the
time.
fucking ship
Like,
or boat.
you know, I'm a part of the DM's a part of the group too.
Yeah. If
Were
it-
you DM? You were. That was the.
I was DMing.
Yeah,
It
that
was
was the
a
World
while.
of Warcraft thing.
Because you guys were arguing about some weird pedantic thing. And
we
he
were-
just like, can I even see out here?
No, that's what we were arguing about. Because he's like, I can't see. You don't have to see. We're going straight across the fucking lake.
And I just like, he was sitting right beside me and I'm like, but you have a torch. And you guys were over there talking. You didn't hear that.
No,
No.
I did.
I didn't.
I did.
Oh, I know you didn't hear it. And
I
then
was
he's
just
like,
like,
oh, I light a torch. And you're like, what?
Yeah, because we were trying to escape.
Yeah, still.
on a placid lake in
Yeah.
the middle of a moonless night.
We were crossing a moat.
Yeah.
Was literally what we were doing. And I light a torch as they know we're there somewhere.
It'd been better off he set himself on fire.
I just jumped off the boat.
I know you did.
Fuck it. He's on
Okay,
his own.
you were undead.
Exactly.
So you didn't have to worry about it.
I didn't have to breathe.
It was funny.
That was the quickest solution in my mind.
A lot of bad choices are often the most memorable.
Yeah, they are. But that ends the Ranger. We already talked about if we were going to keep any of these changes and which ones we would. You can or you cannot. That's up to you on your tabletop.
I would.
I would keep almost all these changes.
Yeah.
Really.
I would actually turn them up a notch if it were me.
Yeah.
But I would keep them.
And so that'll wrap everything up. Use the link in the description and you can find all the good stuff and more of us there. We appreciate you listening and we hope to catch you on the next one.
What are we going to burn now?
Can't be his house.
My truck.
Hey.